Yeah, just a continuation of the video, just a quick synopsis. I was just trying to, I need some internet connection to upload some videos to YouTube and for some personal reasons. And I'm coming out to my parents' house. I travel at nighttime. It's like 2 in the morning because it's conducive for me. As you know that, during the daytime, you have a lot of pests. People get paid to annoy you. People get paid to harass you. And so, me having common sense, which is very rare, it's kind of like if I'm in a position where I don't have to be out during the daytime, why would I? Like if I could get anything I need done at nighttime, grocery shopping, gas, home products, work, whatever I can get done, if I can get that done at the house or at a later time, why wouldn't I? So that's what I started doing. I stopped forcing myself to be around these idiots when it wasn't conducive for me, when it wasn't beneficial for me. So that has been a tremendous release and relief, stress relief, because you take back that power. They basically all they can do is circle around your house, drive up and down with loud music, noise campaign with your neighbors, certain things like that, and the whole MK Ultra voice to skull technology, which is not something that I really speak about, but it's very prevalent. And the whole gaslighting between your family. That's really all they can do, because, like I said, when you don't make yourself accessible, then they have to kind of create situations around you. So, like I said, whether it's for money or just for, evil intent, it occurs. So, basically, I was coming out here. I seen a guy, what I now know to be a guy, in a truck, and he was acting like he was asleep at a gas station. I mean, these people are retarded. I mean, the things that they do and like their reasoning allows me to be able to base and boss and control them, because it's so stupid that in the court of law, which is just as a basketball game or a tennis court, it would be hilarious. It would be like a no-brainer to understand some of the examples I would give as far as what I've been through and how it would have to make sense to people. The only way it wouldn't make sense if you were part of the conglomerate and you didn't want it to be. So this guy's like his head down in a sweater in a Ford truck, and I'm looking at this guy like, at first I guess they had him acting like nobody was in the truck, but I know the gas station. Like they forget I grew up in here, so I kind of know what looks regular and what doesn't, and how things should be around time zones and things shouldn't be. So this guy was sitting there, and I pulled up on him, and then so I honked the horn, right? Now mind you, if someone's asleep and you're right in front of them and you honk the horn in the car, they're going to jump up. And as you see in the recording, he didn't move. You know why? Because he already knew I was pulling up. He was probably watching me the whole time, and he probably understood I was probably going to honk the horn or get his attention in some way, shape, or form. So I did that. And then so he tried to ignore me, and then he realized that I wasn't going anywhere. And then so I told him to move. He didn't understand that, so he moved forward. I guess he thought that was going to be it. And as you see on the video, he ended up moving out the gas station, which is what I originally told him to do. So he moves out the gas station, and then he goes across the street towards the liquor store and turns off his lights. So obvious that I went the other way. That's why I'm going through the woods, because, like I said, now he has no purpose. He can sit there at that liquor store all he wants. He won't see me. So, like I said, it's just a matter of fact of addressing these people, knowing that, if I gone up to them and threatened them and pulled my gun out, and that would have been a different situation. The police may have been called, so on and so forth. So you have to know how to address those situations. You know how to have to answer those situations. And you have to know what you can and cannot do. Like I said, a lot of times, the end game for these fucks is for you to end up in a cell, or a mental institution, or dead. And the whole purpose is for experiment. What I realize now is that my parents wanted to experiment on me. Me going into the whole facility in the hospital, that was for them to study me. That was for them to watch me, and for them to to like, do research on me and what made me mad and tick, because I had a revelation tonight. It was kind of like the whole purpose of them trying to admit me in that hospital was they wanted me to act out, so then that the accusations that they made would make sense. You know what I mean? But the accusations don't make sense if I'm not acting how they portrayed me to be. So they portrayed me to be this madman, this loose cannon, which I'm very capable of being when necessary. But it wasn't in the context that they tried to use it. It was in me being a self-defense and them knowing what they were doing. But we're here now, so we understand that's gaslighting. We understand the terms and their involvement in the program. But I understand now that the whole purpose was, of course, to get my guns taken away and to take my right, my Second Amendment, as well as some other rights. But it was probably to study me, so they could put me on this loose cannon list, unfit to work, problem adult, drug me up, put me on a basis to where I'd be forced to take this medication, forced to go through these learning classes and these sessions in order for me to, quote unquote, become free. And all free means is to be able to roam around in a still controlled realm. So that's kind of what I've written, and that makes me madder. That actually frustrates me more. Like the more and more I think about certain things have happened to me during this whole time, it frustrates me and it makes me madder. And it really just builds me more courage, and it strengthens me because, it's kind of like, what is so special about me, past tense, that they really see a need to do all this before. Because as you see on the news today in Baltimore, where I live at, somebody got shot allegedly by this white guy, HBCU. But I'll tell you one thing, Baltimore City, Baltimore County is so far up my ass, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they couldn't find the killer. I'm surprised they still found him. My whole thing is that, these people are dying and they're looking at all the wrong people. But the question remains, why are they looking at us and crime still goes on? Why do they have to keep such a monitored eye on us? A lot of people say it's spiritual, and it is spiritual, but it's something bigger than this. It's something inside us. I can't speak about y'all. There's something I feel like inside me that they feel like they have to watch. Whether it's this Hulk mechanism, this Hulk of a spirit, this hawkish spirit that the Most High has. Because a lot of people think the Most High is this sovereign, weak person. Now, he's very hawkish. No, he's very combative, and he's very hostile for all the right reasons. So, I think that they know that because they channel the opposite side of that, and they try to use it for evil. So, there has to be a power source for good and evil. I mean, for the good as well. I can't tell me these demons just roll around all powerful and there's not good people with the same spiritual power to be able to fight them back. And so that's what I'm thinking that I have been favored with from the Most High Yah, as well as other people, because I see some of these strong individuals, see how they stand up and how they don't take shit from people. And that's exactly who I am, But in closing, I'm at my parents' house. It's 2:16. Today is Sunday. Well, it's Monday now. And I'm about to go in here and download some things and upload this video. But I just want to share with you guys that, this thing is really mind-boggling, but in a good way now, because you really get to see this spiritual shit, man. You really get to see how these guys work. And the Most High has given us power and dominion over serpents. And a lot of times when you think about serpents, because everything is so literal in this world, you really take it to be an actual serpent. When the serpent is inside your mother, your brother, your grandmother, your father, your cousin, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. That's what the Most High is speaking about, the serpent in these people, or the serpents themselves, which are roam around like people. He's giving us dominion and power over these simps. And I'm taking mine. I want every power, every inch of power, every inch of dominion that the Most High favors me with. I'm taking it and I'm using it to my advantage to trample on these serpents. And in the name of the Most High, Yahweh ben Yahweh Elohim, I'm telling you right now, as long as my name is Mike, they will not touch me. I will trample on these serpents, and I will have a fun time doing it. So shalom.